This is my Shopsmith Model 500. I've got newly purchased speed reducer, and this is my first attempt at turning a big bowl with it. Now we got the bowl rounded to the shape that we like. We've got the tenon cleaned up and the center put in. I'm going to turn it around and start hollowing. I thought I'd take a few minutes and talk about the speed reducer itself. I got this used on eBay. I wanted to turn these larger bowls, and I've tried it at the higher speed that the Shopsmith runs. It's around, low speed is around 750 RPMs, and the machine shook so bad it was I felt like it wasn't safe. So I tried to do some research on this speed reducer, and I could find no information on it at all other than a video on hands-on on the Shopsmith site, which really didn't talk about it a whole lot. So I've been looking at them for a long time, year maybe, and they always went real high, and this one come on, it was buy it now, and it was $199. So I took a chance and bought it. Well, the way you set this up, you have to install the power coupling on the main drive spindle. This power coupling, if you have a Shopsmith bandsaw, scroll saw, joiner, any of those tools, you have a power coupling that goes from the auxiliary shaft to the machine, the auxiliary machine, the scroll saw, bandsaw, whatever. Well, instead of setting it up that way, you put this power coupling on the main spindle, which there's a female coupling inside here. So you have to get that lined up, and then you just slide this on. There you go. You slide it on there like that. You take your Allen wrench, your regular Allen wrench that you use on the rest of your Shopsmith equipment, and tighten that up. It has a clamp down here. You have to clamp it down tight. This clamp can be mounted here or on the front side, whichever you want. Then your regular face plate, drive center, whatever you want to use, chuck, my chuck, fits on the spindle out here. Now if you want to use it for drilling, then you can leave this just slightly loose to where this will just barely slide, and use it to drill your holes. So let's get that bowl turned around and I'll get it mounted in the chuck and I'll show you a little bit of hollowing. Oh, one other thing. The speed on this, I believe, is 7-to-1 ratio. If this is doing the low speed of 700 RPMs, this speed on the output shaft here will be 100. It goes from 100, and then with this wide open, whatever speed that is, I can't remember. Wide open, this will be 5200. The output speed will be around 700, 750. So the top speed of this is the low speed normally on this. We'll go on and get that bowl turned around, and I'll show you a little bit of the hollowing. Well, there it is, roughed out. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the speed reducer. It does what I thought it'd do. I just want to say, I use this Shopsmith as my lathe. If I could have a regular wood lathe, a standard wood lathe, I'd surely have one. But I'm trying to make do with just what I got, and I spent a couple $100 on that, saved up, and if you've got a Shopsmith and you're thinking about doing bigger bowls, drilling with larger drill bits, things of that nature, then yeah, the Shopsmith speed reducer is worth it. If you're just starting out and you're thinking about getting into woodworking, and you get the Shopsmith, it does a lot of things pretty good, but no one thing does it do very good. If you're going to get into wood turning, buy a regular lathe. I myself have never turned on a real or regular wood lathe. I've just used this, and it served me well. I've had it close to 30 years. And this one's never let me down. I've had to replace a few parts, but just standard things that wear out. So that's my opinion of the Shopsmith speed reducer. If you got any questions, just ask. I don't care a bit to answer any questions. I'll take any criticism, good or bad. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you.